Although President Trump will apparently only serve one term in office, he will have a long-term impact on our federal courts. Mariah Gallegos explains what the president has done to ensure a long-lasting legacy within our judicial system.
We'll be feeling the impact of President Trump's judicial nominations well beyond the time President Trump leaves office.
President Trump appointed about 220 judges to the federal court system, all of which will serve life terms, including the Supreme Court, Appeals Court, and District Courts.
Looks like President Trump's goal is really kind of ideological legacy.
Appointing a large number of judges wasn't his only goal, however. President Trump also focusing on putting relatively younger judges in place as well. These judges making a difference in the way our laws are interpreted.
Topics of right to die, or abortion, or same-sex marriage, or religious liberty, or discrimination and anti-discrimination statutes, and adoption. I mean, these are cases that are currently before the court now.
Another lasting impact will be on the Supreme Court.
Trump has had 3 appointees in just one single 4-year term. And so what that's done is it has really shifted the Supreme Court to the right. It's the most conservative court we've had since just before the New Deal in the 1930s.
Filling those vacancies is exactly what President Trump did, exceeding the average appointees for presidents who serve 4-year terms. So with Joe Biden being announced president-elect and President Trump imprinting the judicial system, which way does our government lean currently?
It's going to come down to who controls the Senate.
All eyes are on Georgia as they prepare for their Senate runoff elections in January.
Because that's going to determine whether or not the remaining seats are filled or not.
Mariah Gallegos, 3 News.